getting it to a publisher is hard. And, there's a lot of, in this day of independent musicians and independent bands and independent publishers, there's a lot of bad things that you can say about, I'm not going to sign with a big publisher, but, let me tell you about what a publisher can do. The Don Moen songs are known around the world because I signed them to a publisher. I mean, I had Integrity Music duplicating and marketing my songs all over the world, and it was an unusual time for praise and worship music, and I was blessed to be a part of it right in the heyday, right when it was really peaking. But I could, if I would have just owned all my songs, and I decided early on that I didn't want to have to deal with licensing all my material, so I signed my songs to Integrity Music, and they were a good partner for me. So if you have a publisher that's willing to get behind and support your songs, another thing a publisher can do is plug your songs to other writers, other artists. That's another thing that a publisher can do. So I would encourage you to try all these avenues. The tough thing for you is going to be trying to get your song to a publisher to even get them to hear your stuff. So you need to use guys like me or Paul Balash, or everywhere I go, I come back with a briefcase full of CDs of people saying, listen to these CDs. And now they're sending them to me on my email. And, I try to listen. Here's what I tell people, and I hear Paul Balash saying the same thing. Don't send me 10 or 20 songs. Find the one song that people are really singing and it's really traveling in your church. And every time the song is sung, it just something happens. I'd like to hear that song. And you can send it, go to our website and send it to our website. I don't know, send it to info@donmoen.com. That will come to me, and you can send it on an MP3, and when I get around to it, I'll listen to it. I can't promise you that I will, but I get it. You're trying to get your song out. You're trying to get it to be heard by people, and I will do everything that I can do to help you with that process. So, there is a lot more that could be said about the business of music, the publishing aspect of it, but once you have your song written, I would say still, again, to reiterate, get it to your music director, your choir director, your pastor, your friends, and you know what? The bulk of the songs may not get beyond your church, but a good song will find its way to a prayer group. Give thanks. Everybody thinks that I wrote Give Thanks. I heard that song in a Bible study outside of Dallas, Texas, in a little tiny church, okay? There's this girl that was singing with me. Somebody in their Bible study had been singing it, and I started singing Give Thanks, and it was 4 years after I recorded it, found out that Henry Smith actually had written the song. He sent a demo in to me on a cassette, and it was close enough to what I had been singing, and but there's a song that just in a Bible study group, I heard it. So again, if you're writing a great song, it will find its way to the surface, and ultimately somebody's going to hear it. A publisher will hear it, and you know what? If you've got a publisher that wants to listen to your stuff, I would say pray about it, but it's not a bad thing to have a partnership with a good publisher. I'd rather have a small piece of a big pie than to own 100% of a small pie.